So this is the part 11 at our following tutorial series, data structures and algorithm. So we have been discussed several procedures according to the array implementation. The last title that we have been discussed is searching procedure. So in here we are going to start a new uh, procedure, which is the deleting. So in our previous episode, I said that we are going to cover these six major implementations according to the array or basic operations on the array. So this is the fourth topic, which is the deleting an element from the array. So this one is very simple. Okay, deleting. So it's basically deleting an element from an array, and in here we are just going to discuss deleting an element uh, in a particular index. So if a user give some kind of index uh, to perform the delete operation, then that value which contain on that corresponding index will be deleted. So it is very simple procedure. So let's assume this is our uh, first array, and we are going to delete this element, 0 element, which consisting at the sixth index. So deleting this element is basically replacing each and every values at a one position. So it is basically like this. So if we perform a one deletion, then first this each and every values will be shifted by 1 to the left side. So it's basically like if we want to delete 0, then it will be first shifted 56 to this position, like this. So if the 56 shifted to this position, there will be 56 and there will be 56 also. So there will be no 0 longer existing. There will be no longer 0 is existing, because the 56 is now duplicated, and the 0 has been removed. So likewise the 8 will be shifted by 1, then there will be 8, and here also will be 8, and when it reaches to the upper bound there will be 7, and at the upper bound there will be 7 also. So likewise each and every elements that comes after that deleted element will be shifted left by 1, and after deleting an element, we should also decrease upper bound by 1 also, because there is no longer existing a complete array, because there is only existing elements after deleting the corresponding element from the array. So they should be decremented by 1, the array size. So basically we can't perform this upper bound decrease by 1 because array is static data type. So if after we declaring our max size as some kind of value, so it is static, we can't change that value dynamically. So the only we can do is just decreasing the boundaries that we are going to perform our actions. So you will be see what I'm saying in the C code. So this is the pseudocode for that purpose. First, we have to initialize the corresponding position that we are going to perform our deletion operation. So it will be like this. And for our shifting process, there should be a while loop, because the elements that come after the deletion element should be shifted left by 1. So in order to repetitively do that procedure, there should be a repetition, which means a while loop. So it will be go up until to the upper bound -1, because we only have to shift left each and every element that up until to the upper bound, because after this upper bound there will be no value existing. So the non-existing value shifting to the left is not accurate. So there will be having some kind of errors and memory allocation problems. So in order to avoid that, we should only have to perform this while loop up until to the upper bound -1. Then this is the shifting process. I equals to I plus 1, which means AI like this. So let's assume I as 6, then I plus 1, which will be 7, then AI will be 56, because A7 is 56, then AI is equal to AI plus 1, then the 0 will be 56. So there will be two 56s. Likewise, there will be two 8, then there will be 7. But when each shifting, that repeated value will be replaced by the by some kind of value. So likewise, the shifting process will be happen. Then afterward, the upper bound will be decreased by 1, because we just deleted a value from the array. So this is the basically our pseudocode for deleting an element at a given index from the array. So let's move our C code. Okay, so this is the C code for that corresponding procedure. Okay, so likewise, this I will change this code, because it is same thing. So first I should declare int I, then int false, then okay, let's only use that variable. So first I should get the index, the index to delete the element. Then it will be storing scanf at the position variable. Then we can perform our while loop. Maybe we can use for loop. So in here, first that I should be equals to the pos, then I should be only go up until to the max position. Then we can incremented I by 1. And here can perform ARR I equals to ARR I plus 1 to our shifting process. Then all the elements will be shifted. After all the element has been shifted, the upper bound should be decremented. Okay, so in order to do that, it is better to define upper bound also, because we can't change this max value uh, again, because it is statistically defined. Our array is static data type, so that max value we can't be changed that value. It is static, so there is no option to change to do that. So the only option is to define another variable to identify the upper bound, like this. So in this case, upper bound will be max minus 1, like this. Then after shifting process, the upper bound will be decreased by 1. Upper bound equals to upper bound minus 1. We can just use upper bound minus minus. That's one is also correct. And after the shifting process, now the element has been deleted. We can simply type a message like the element at this index has been deleted, like this. And the element will be I, the index will be I. And after this deleting process, we can check if it is work fine. So we can print our array to check whether it is performed well or not. So I will be equal to 0, then I will be go up until to the upper bound, then I will be incremental. Just like this. Okay, I think there will be no compiler errors. Okay, let's check. Okay, setting one. What is it? ERR upper bound. Okay, this is the problem. D and the number. What is that error? I can't find what is the error that I run away. It is the if statement. we can't use this if for like this. We should perform for loop. So it's just instead. Okay, let's compile it again and run it again. So it's saying the index to delete the element. Okay, let's say I want to delete this one. So the index will be 3. So it will be printing the element at the index 10. Okay, first I print this one like this. Another new line, compile it again and enter 3 again. Okay, so the 2 will be here, 5 here, 6 here, and as you can see, the 1 has been deleted. and 3, 8, 9, 10, 77 is existing continuously, and it is not printing 88. So what's the reason? Let me quickly check. Okay, in here this iteration should flow up until to the upper bound. So this will be missing a one iteration, so it will be better to put in equal sign, then it will iterate the last element also. Okay, so let's check our code again, compile and run, and delete the third index. Okay, so the one has been deleted, then the 88 is also has been counted. So but it is saying the element at the 11th index has been deleted, because now the I has been incremented one by one up until to the upper bound. So when it reaches to this point, the index is 11. So in order to fix that, we can simply define another variable also, like int deleted index, or like this, like that, and the deleted. Okay, so it's not necessary to define another variable. We can simply use this post variable, because that is the index we are going to perform our deletion operation. So F9 and F10. So let's add 3. So it is saying the element at the third index has been deleted, and there are no our deleted value has been existing on the array. So this is the way how we implement deletion operation to the array. So if you want to advance this code, you can do some things like something like this. So maybe if the user has been entered an invalid index, so imagine the index is 20, but there are no 20 elements at the array, so it should be printing invalid index. So in order to do that, you can simply perform if operation before this procedure, and if there is if the entered index is valid, then this procedure will happen like exact same like this. Otherwise you can print the index is invalid or something like that, to just implementing if statement before this part. So it is up to you. You can check that one also. And this is the deleting procedure according to the array.